Hey guys, before we jump into this, please feel free to check out my Patreon. There you can get full and uncut reactions to all of the content that I watch on this channel. And most of those videos can be up to a month early on there. So yeah, please check it out. I really like this exchange. Just like the idea of having like good demons help them, even though all they've ever known is like killing bad demons. Oh. She's gonna go, right? I like that subtlety of the earrings like shifting, hearing the noise in both. Oh, they are gonna go, I think. Wow. I love this opening. This song is amazing. Like, I already have it on a playlist. I like how Zenitsu's literally the fastest, like, out of anyone, but he's the one struggling. Oh, this will be interesting because I need to know more about him. I really like Giyu's character too. I've always wanted to know more about him. This is a great start. Great start, Tanjiro. No, you heard right. He is sitting so close to him. Yeah, I'm confused. What? What does he mean by that? This isn't patiently. Oh my god, Tanjiro. I don't know, at this rate, Giyu's got a lot of patience. Not outside the bath. Oh, interesting. Wow, callback. Oh, that's the same pattern that he's wearing. Oh man, he's wearing his pattern and his...
サビトは正義感が強く、俺は最初に襲いかかってきた鬼に怪我を負わされて朦朧としていた。その時もサビトが助けてくれた。水の呼吸、死の型、打ちしよう。
Man, he's a badass.
助けを呼ぶ声の方へ行ってしまった。俺は水柱になっていい人間じゃない。
So he's the water Hashira, but not by his own standards.
柱たちと対等に肩を並べていい人間ですらない。
And is that why he's excluding himself from the training and everything?
本来なら鬼殺隊に俺の居場所はない。きっと義勇さんは自分が死ねばよかったと思っているんだな。
And we saw him too. Didn't Tanjiro like see the spirit of him?
自分よりも生
Like
きて
the
いてほ
first
しかった
season?
大事な人が自分よりも早く死んでしまったり、サビとさぎり山で
Yeah.
稽古をつけてくれた少年。
My memory was right.
不思議な体験だった。もう死んでしまっていたはずの彼らが
There was
俺
another
を
one
助け
too.
てくれた。それもあって義勇さんは自分が死んでいたらよかったと思っているんだ。わかる。だって俺も同じことを。
This makes me like Yu's character even more though.
煉獄さん、命をかけて俺たちを守ってくれた。すごい人だった。
Goku.
誰よりも優しくて強かった。見事な生き様だった。最後まで。だけど義勇さんに何て言ったらいいんだろう。どんなに惨めでも恥ずかしくても
Well, you can relate to
生
him
きて
then.
いかなきゃならない。本人は認めてないけど、柱になるまで義勇さんがどれだけ自分を叱咤して義勇さん、ああ、止まってくれない。義勇さんはサビトから託されたものを繋いでいかないんですか。そんなことは承知の上で鬼からお前を隠して守っているんだ。他の誰でもないお前がお前の姉を冒涜するな。お前は絶対死ぬんじゃない。姉が命をかけて繋いでくれた命を、託された未来をお前も繋ぐんだ。キユ。
Well said.
痛い。なぜ忘れていた。サビトとのあのやりとり、大事なことだろう。そうだ、早食い勝負をするのはどうだろう。
What?
勝負で俺が勝ったら元気出して稽古しませんか。
Where's your mind go, Tanjiro?
俺はまだ復帰許可降りてないから。炭治郎、遅れてしまったが俺も稽古に。義勇さん、ざるそば早食い勝負しませんか。なんで。
He agreed.
稽古についてなんだが、
感情の制御ができないのは未熟者。未熟者です。
Looks like she's about to crack. Oh.
師範、お戻りでしたか。私、もっと師範と稽古したいです。自分の気持ちを素直に言えるようになりましたね。私の姉、かなえを殺した鬼について話したいと思います。そしてその鬼の殺し方について話しておきましょう。
Oh wow. It's already over? I like this. This feels dark. Dude, the animation just blows my mind. It's just so fucking pretty. It's unreal. That was cool. I like that. Wow, okay. That was a fun little episode. I really liked it because I always have loved like Giyu's character. Like I'm always like a fan of like those quiet stoic type characters because you know that they've probably had like a really intense past or something. So it's hard for them to like communicate. So when they do, it always feels so like strong. And personally myself, I've always been kind of like a quiet stoic type person. Right now you can't see it, but so I kind of like relate to those characters. I really like them, and I've always, like I said, liked Giyu's character. And at first, like I couldn't really pin him. I couldn't tell if was it like a he thinks he's like better than everyone else type of thing, like everyone else was already saying. I couldn't tell if like was it because he like thought too highly of himself, or that's why he didn't like communicate with them, like he thought he was better than everyone else. But now like actually seeing his story, it makes me like him even more now. I'm like, I mean, he has a sad and tragic story in past, but it adds like depth to his character, and you can see why he's the way he is now. And yeah, I really like that. I've always wanted to hear more about him, and we did. And they call back too, because the moment we saw his friend, I immediately recognized him from before. I couldn't tell if did we already know that he was friends with Giyu? Like, did they mention that at all in the first season? Or was that just like now we're supposed to know? Either way though, it was really cool. And I love like the idea that he's wearing half of his robes, and then the other half, I think the other half is his sister, right? That they just said. But yeah, like now seeing his style, it's really cool because it like puts into more perspective of like, oh, his like aesthetic has like a history to itself too. Because in general, I think he's one of the coolest characters. Just the stoicness, his like model design, and water, like being a water Hashira is awesome. Like we get to see it all the time with Tanjiro, and it looks amazing, like pretty, like the water techniques. So I don't know, water was one of my favorites. From the beginning, I always said like, if I could be a Hashira, water was definitely up there. And then now I feel like wind might be up there too because of the other guy. I forgot his name already. But yeah, nice, insightful episode. I like Giyu a lot. Tanjiro was hilarious this episode. They really added the comedy to this. I always forget how much comedy there is in a Demon Slayer, even though it's such like a dark storyline. They always like sprinkle in the comedy, like very often actually, compared to like most of the anime I watch. And then the little cliffhanger there talking about her sister, and it's gonna tell her how to kill the demon that killed her sister. Like, because her dynamic is interesting too, because she was always like the, you know, mean, like stubborn one, and her sister is who she's acting like now. So it's like her dynamic itself is really interesting because she carried the characteristics of her own sister over, which I always thought was like a really interesting detail. And I did also want to know more about her too, because that's really tragic too. Like even the idea of her, because like when she talks to people and she acts like her sister did, it's like not confusing, but it has like a weird feeling to me, because it's like she's not really being herself, but she's also carrying on her sister's legacy in a way. So it's like kind of conflicting, but I like it. But overall, great episode. I enjoyed it a lot. It was nice and insightful. And I love the Hashira, so getting any background on them is great. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode with me, and I'll catch you guys for the next episode of Demon Slayer.